That piece is meant to capture a sense of connection, and so with that piece I related it back to my connection to country. And so being a Gungri man, I'd never actually, before I painted that piece, I'd never gone back to country. I guess I just painted the feeling of how that felt, and I tried to incorporate all that within the surroundings that I found myself in at the current time. Yeah, so it's just a connection to country.
My name is Alethea Beetson. I'm a Cubby and Wiradjuri artist and producer. I'm also the artistic director of Digi Youth Arts. I've been working on the script and some of the directorial vision of the show, and in particular supporting the Digi Youth Arts.
Hey, I'm Kane. I'm a proud Merryn man from Merryn. I'm a Gungri and Cubby man. I'm an artist.
For me, performance is ceremonies, so particularly the stories that are connected to my indigeneity and my young people's indigeneity. The idea around performance being obviously a really important tool for storytelling, but the continuation of culture has really driven some of the text, particularly the text that only we can share as Indigenous people. And I think also I live here in this suburb, here in Kelvin Grove, so it was quite timely to kind of reflect on the past, present and I guess the future of this area, and the fact that because I come from a community that believes time is cyclical, I've been able to think about all of these different eras as kind of revolving around me as I live and work here today.
I don't know, I guess I want someone to feel maybe a little bit of what I painted, and to feel a bit of what I felt, yeah, when I was painting the piece, and I guess maybe a yearning for connection to some place or to something.
His artwork creates, I guess, a really nice visual backdrop for particularly the work that is about pre-contact. It puts it in a place that reminds everyone that it is still happening. We are still here, we're not going anywhere, and we'll be here into the future. The other young people are performers in their own right. Some are just starting and have only done a couple of shows, and another one is much more progressed in her career. And so this is kind of what they do. They're performers and artists themselves. Standing on stage as Indigenous people will do that, disrupts, I guess, any kind of construct of what a lot of people might think about Indigenous people. Australia's progressing, but it's hard to feel like it's progressing quick enough. This show kind of enables the young people of Digi Youth Arts to share a version of, I guess, who they are, whilst also acknowledging the history of these lands, which might not be their specific history. It's different. It might be similar, but it is different. So we're trying to somehow tell a story about here, whilst also not homogenising Indigenous people, because we come from many different groups. People should come see our place because we all deserve time to kind of reflect on where we are in society, whilst also being entertained and educated.
Yeah, just come in just to experience and listen, I guess is what it's all about.